What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Tech Cubed. And today we are going to be installing Windows 11 into a VirtualBox virtual machine. Now, I'm sure, as you already know, because you ended up on this video, is that Windows 11 has been leaked on the internet before it's even announced, because it's supposed to be announced. I think about a week from now when I'm recording this. It's supposed to be announced on the 24th of June. So. Basically, it's been leaked before it's even been announced, which is pretty cool. And I'm be taking my first look at it. Like, I haven't even installed it or used it yet. I did some testing though to make sure I could get up to the installation part and make sure it all goes well. But I haven't even installed it and used it yet. But well, yeah, I had some issues on there. But anyway, this isn't really a tutorial per se, but more of my first look at Windows 11 before it's even been announced. Because things could change later, and who knows? Maybe I'll follow up on that. But as like a usual tutorial, I will leave links to everything in the description that you're going to need, like VirtualBox. And I'm going to leave two links to get the ISO that you're going to need, because the first one that I used, it seemed like it wouldn't let you because it was too busy, like too many people downloaded from it. But I'll provide like a link, the main link that I got it from, and then a backup link just in case the main one doesn't work, because people are trying to get this right now. But yeah, this was just going to be my first look at it, and maybe yours a first look too. So you're going to need two things, of course. The first one being, well, VirtualBox. This is what we're going to be installing Windows 11 to. And then the next thing you are going to want to get is this right here. This ISO. This one in particular right here. Of course, this can be linked to the description below. Yeah, it's a development build, so it's not even, like, it doesn't say, oh, it's Windows 11 version, something like a lot of my other ISOs do that are official releases. Well, I have some that are, like, beta development builds, but even those say, like, what they are and stuff. But this one doesn't really even do that. It didn't bother. But anyway, yeah, it is Windows 11. So that's what we're going to need to install it. So without further ado, I think we should get started. Um, so I'm going to go over here to new. I have a specific machine folder that I like to install my virtual machines to. If you want some of my other virtual machine things, then you'd know I have a separate folder for that on my secondary hard drive. Which is way bigger than my main solid state drive, because I have a 1 terabyte M.2 SSD and a 2 terabyte other hard drive that I use for storing like mass data and things like that. And of course, I like to have my virtual machines on my secondary hard drive. But anyway, we're going to, of course, call it Windows 11. Now, I want to say Windows 10 so bad because I'm so used to saying Windows 10. So if I do say Windows 10 and I forget to correct myself because I'm so used to saying it, just know I mean Windows 11, unless I'm, of course, referring to Windows 10 in specific when I'm talking about the changes, because this tutorial, well, not really tutorial like I said, but once we install it, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the things that are supposed to be new about it as well. It's not just a tutorial sort of thing. But anyway, of course you want to do Microsoft Windows, but then when it says Windows right here, you don't want to select any of these. You're just going to want to scroll down and set Other Windows 64-bit. At least that's what I do. I'm sure it would work with any of the 64-bit ones. However, I just set it to Other Windows 64-bit. You can set to maybe Microsoft Windows 2019 64-bit. I'm sure that would work too. In fact, I think, yeah, we might set it to this. Because Other Windows, yeah, anyway, it will just work. But we will set our memory. I think we will set it to 8 gigs. Because Windows 10, when it first released, 2015, you only need 1 gig of RAM to get started up. That is just insane. And then, like, I guess 4 was like the recommended or minimum back then. But these days, for Windows 10, the minimum we're gonna want to have is 8 gigs of RAM. But we'll just set our memory to 8 gigs, because that'll still, I'm sure, it'll serve us really good. Because Windows 8, 8 gigs of RAM is still all you need in Windows 10 for like basic tasks and things like that. If you're doing more like working on like video rendering or video editing and gaming stuff like that, you're gonna want more, of course. But these days, Windows 10 8 will get you by in like basic tasks. But anyway, memory size, yeah, we'll just set to 8 gigs. And now, keep in mind that I usually that I'm not sure if you guys know already or not, but I use the expert mode right here. So there's this little thing right here. that says guided mode, because that's how you can switch back to guided mode. Because I'm on expert mode because it works better for me and I like it much better. Because on the guided mode, it sort of like just walks you through it. It's like it's good for if you're new, because I used it for a long time when I was new to VirtualBox. But I like the expert mode a lot better because it lets me get in here and, well, not be walked through the process of something I've done so many times before. But anyway, where it says create virtual hard disk now, create. Now, file location is good because we set where a virtual machine will be installed to later. For the file size, 50 gigs, that should be enough to get you up and running. However, more likely, the minimum I think you should have in something like this is probably 64 gigs. However, I will set mine to, this should be more than enough, but I will set it to, well, not gigabyte, oh, well, not bytes, but, yeah, I'll set it to, I messed up right here, but I'll set mine to, um, I keep messing it up. You have to excuse me right there. I've done that so many times before. I don't know why it didn't work then. But yeah, 128 gigs of storage should be more than enough, and you'll be able to get some good programs and stuff on there up and running. Um, in fact, I think 120 gigs is the minimum in like Windows 10 as well. Well, not minimum to get up and running, of course, but minimum you probably should have in Windows 10 these days. But yeah, we'll do VDI, dynamically allocated, and then create. Now, we are not ready to get started up yet because we gotta tweak some things. Now, this is super important. Not like other operating systems that I've installed in VirtualBox. Well, like the Windows 10 one, you didn't really need to change much in there. But of course, it's recommended. But this one, you really need to change some stuff, and I'll explain why. So you're gonna want to come down to System right here, up in this top left bar. So come down to System. Base memory, you already set that. We don't need to mess with any stuff down here. Now processor. Processor. This is something I like to do. However, it really depends on your machine. For example, you may have a computer that has like I don't know, like a one core, like a single core. Can you get Windows 10 running on a single core processor? I don't think so. Well, maybe you can. Well, it wouldn't be recommended if you could, but you can have like AMD Ryzen Threadrippers that have like 64 cores, which is just pretty insane in my opinion. But most likely you're going to want to add multiple processors. So I will set mine to 4. That should be a pretty good amount because these days, like your Ryzen 3s and your Intel Core i3s, they got like 4 cores in there, and those do pretty decently at certain tasks. Like gaming and stuff, they do pretty decently. And I think video editing, rendering, I've never done any of that on a Ryzen 3 or Core i3. However, it might do fine. But anyway, this isn't talking about different types of processors. But yeah, 4 cores, that should be more than enough. You can do 2 if you want to. If, like you say, you got like a lower end processor. However, I got a pretty good processor, so I'll do 4 cores. Now, you can do like 6 and stuff. However, I think that's just unnecessary. But anyway, this wasn't the main part of coming into settings for. You don't really need to change that. Now this is what we're really gonna want to change, where it says the paravirtualization interface. Now where it says default. Now this is a problem that I guess it really depends because I've seen a bunch of people that have this problem and a bunch of people that don't have this problem. That where you get to the installer and you load it up and you like go like you say I'm gonna install this now, but the thing is when I tried this for the first time because I tried it for I didn't of course go in and test Windows 11 yet, but I tested it to see if I can get it up to the installation bits because I know if you get to installation bit then you should be good the rest of the way. But I got up there and it said this PC can't run Windows 10, Windows 11, sorry. I caught myself there. But it can't run it, blah, 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 blah. But now, the thing is, I did some research and I messed around the settings a little bit and things that would usually be the culprit for this sort of thing, and I fixed it, but basically, paravirtualization interface, where it says default, you're going to click this and set it to Hyper-V. Now, this is just for the installation part, in my findings, but this is just what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to set Hyper-V. Now, we'll come down to storage. Now, this is where we insert the installation media from earlier, right here. So, we're going to insert it right there. And now you should be good. Now, I think we're ready to start up the operating system, Windows 11, and get it installed. So we'll click start, and it'll take a couple seconds to start up, of course. And then this is something that confused me about VirtualBox. That they've been doing this recently, where you need like this select startup disk. No, we already put in our startup disk. We don't need to do this. We can X out. Now, if you haven't done that, well, we should have gone into settings and done that. But if you haven't, usually that's where you would go. Like that's more of like a basic sort of thing. Like if you don't really want to go into settings stuff like that, then you can just set like your startup disk. However, we already set our startup disk, so we don't need to do that. Now Windows 11, the installer is starting right there. The little spinning wheel loading animation like went slow there for a couple seconds, but it shouldn't take that long. Yeah, it's already going. Then Windows English US, that's fine. And then next install now. It looks like the setup is starting now. That's where a lot of people confuse, because I'll show you the little bit up here that confuses a lot of people. But basically, you get up to here and like activate Windows. We don't have a product key, of course. In fact, you can't really get a product key for Windows 11 because it's like not even announced yet. So you can welcome down here to I don't have a product key, and then you get to select the version of the operating system you want. Now this is pretty cool because they got some what I found to be new versions that weren't in the Windows 10 installer. Because Windows 10, you had the Windows 11 or the well Windows 10. You had when you came here, you had the Windows 10 Home, the Windows 10 Home N. I think you had the Windows 10 Home Single Language. And then you had Windows 10 Education, Education N. And then you had Windows 10 Pro and Pro N. However, I had the Pro Education and Pro Education N, and Pro for workstations and Pro N for workstations. I don't think those were there, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think they were. So, like the home single language stuff like this, I think everything up from like Windows 11 Pro N all the way up was in the Windows 10 installer. However, they got some pretty cool new versions that I would like to check out. Like Windows 11 Pro for workstations, that seems pretty cool. However, the most likely what you're gonna want to do is come down to Windows 11 Pro. Now, usually if you were like doing like a basic installation on say a new computer or something for Windows 11, you'd go for like home or something. But then again, you'd probably have a product key if like it's a new installation or something like that on a real computer. However, this is like sort of our first test of Windows 11, so we're gonna want to be able to like access everything. So Windows 11 Pro, that sounds good. Now where you click next right there, now where it comes up with the applicable notices and license terms. Now when I tested this the first time, of course, it came up things saying that this PC can't win. Well, that this PC can't run Windows 11 in the place of this box right here. Now, we fixed it when we set it to Hyper-V, of course, and I was so happy to find a fix for that in my researching and messing around with the settings. But yeah, you're going to want to accept the license terms and stuff like that. We don't even read that. Now, upgrade, no, we don't do upgrade. We come down to custom install, Windows 11 on like the advanced thing, and then drive zero unallocated space, which is set to 220 gigabytes, which we set to earlier. Yours might be different. However, we'll go to next, and Windows will begin the installation. Now this will take some time depending on your machine. It's kind of confusing because I've had this before on like the Windows 10 installation where it's like taken like it's long time on different times and then short time on different times. Um, However, I haven't installed this yet, but it'll run through the basic setup sort of thing. So, it might take some time. I don't know, because I've never done this before. But your mileage may vary on how much time it takes, but I will be right back when it finishes installing. Okay, everybody, we're back, and Windows needs to restart to continue. Now, we don't want to do this right here. What we're actually going to want to do is click X up here, and then power off the virtual machine, because we got some things to adjust before we go back into Windows. So first things first, we got to come into settings, and basically, what we have to do is go to network and enable network adapter, uncheck that. Now, basically, you don't have to do this, you really don't, but I like to do it because Microsoft makes you sign in with the Microsoft account. I hate that, where they make you sign in with the Microsoft account. It is just unnecessary and just plain and stupid, to be honest. So, you can sign in a Microsoft account if you want. I'm not even sure if it would work since it's a development build, but just basically uncheck that. Because I've seen some things where people are saying that Microsoft that they make you sign up a Microsoft account on Windows 11. And I just figured I'd get that out of the way before we go in there, and I go like, oh, I have to do that, and then restart the machine. See, yeah. Next thing we can do is the ISO image. We don't need that anymore since we already installed it. And then where system acceleration, we can set that back to default since we already installed the operating system. And now we can click OK. And now we can start up the virtual machine. Okay, so we just clicked start. And now it should be starting up. And yeah, we don't need that ISO anymore since we already installed Windows. Alright, so Windows 11 starting virtual machine. Right here. So, yep, it looks like the installation has been successful because this is what it runs in. This sort of box, this shape of the box, or the size of the box, is what the Windows 11 runs in. So, it needs to go through startup first. Yeah, so basically, if you don't see like the Windows 11 logo, don't worry. Um, and basically, it's gonna take a while to start up because this is like booting up the machine for the first time. And yeah, it takes a long time, no matter kind of what machine you're on or anything. So, I will wait for this to start up, and I will be right back. Okay, everybody, we're back, and Windows 11 started up after a while. It took a restart while it was starting up, and now that's completely normal. Of course, when you're installing an operating system and well, firing it up for the first time, it did that on Windows 10 too, and some other virtual machines. Yeah, it's completely normal. I should have probably said that if your virtual machine restarts when you're firing it up for the first time, completely normal. But anyway, I started it up and it had this little intro sound, or like startup sound or something that was kind of nice. Anyway, we're just gonna go stick to like the basic settings and things. Um, yeah, I have a list of things open that are apparently new in Windows 11 that we're gonna take a look at. Is this right keyboard method? Yes. So I'm on a second one. No, I do not want to add a second one. Okay, this is the little internet thing. So basically, this is a step that it would skip um, if you didn't uncheck that network thing that I was talking about earlier, where it tries to get you connected to a network. It tries to, like, if you had like like if this was a real computer and you had a Wi-Fi card, or one of those Wi-Fi adapter things, it would show like your wireless networks, and if you had Ethernet plugged in, of course, it would just skip this and make it sign a Microsoft account. Basically, um, well, it's a virtual machine, so if you had it running, even if you have Wi-Fi on your PC, and you still fire it up, it's like a virtual Ethernet connection sort of thing. But yeah, it still tries to get you to connect to a network, and it's set up to the virtual machine can access internet by default. We'll fix that later, of course, because we got some things to set up and things. But yeah, no, we'll just pretend we don't have internet, even though, well, we do. And then it wants you to connect to the internet so bad. No, just continue with cool. It's like it says limited setup. The setup's not limited at all. Yeah, it's not limited at all. Anyway, I like this new sort of setup thing that they got going on here. I never really liked the Windows 10 one. It was I don't know. I just never really liked the Windows 10 one. Anyway, into your name, I will use the channel name Tech Cubed. Next, create a password. Actually, not 122, 1234. Okay, and then again, 1234. Confirm my password. Oh, and then it makes security questions. I wish I could just skip these, but what was your first pet's name? One, because I'm not gonna go through these because I don't really care. One, and you can't do like space and stuff when you go through this process. You have to put 1111 basically. And then you have privacy settings. It wants you to do the privacy settings so bad. No, I highly recommend you don't do this stuff. It wants you to do it so bad, and Microsoft needs your permission to do it. But yeah, just uncheck all that. Well, unless you don't want to, but there's no reason to not. Like it benefits you if you uncheck it. But anyway, accept that. And now it will bring us to our desktop in like a couple minutes when it finally finishes setting up. It's gonna get things ready for us, and yeah, we'll finally be brought to our desktop. It takes a couple minutes to do this sort of thing. Yeah, see, it says it might take a few minutes. So yeah, I'll be right back when we finally reach the desktop. Okay, so we just reached the desktop here. It just stuck me right in the desktop, like out of like it just randomly stuck me on desktop. But anyway, this is Windows 11, and it has this wallpaper that I kind of like, which is like I guess a stock wallpaper. But of course, whenever we do something like this, the first order of business is to get it to run in full screen. That sort of thing, like a native 16 by 9 resolution. Now, if we go to settings, of course, and you open up settings, and you go to like system, and your privacy settings blocked access to your location, that's a good thing. Um, it's basically display resolution. It won't let you go that high. It like limits you. It has these weird resolutions in here. I think they're 4:3 or something like that. I think that's the aspect ratio of these resolutions, or at least this one. But basically, we're gonna want to fix that. So we're gonna go up to devices and insert guest editions CD image. Okay, and then a CD drive VirtualBox guest editions right here. We're gonna click that, and then run the VBox guest editions thing. It had like I think it had like a new center there, which was pretty cool as well. But basically, if it doesn't pop up saying do you want to like run the installer, then you just come in here and go to this PC and run the installer from there. Actually, no, X out of that because I already have it open. Anyway, we're gonna want to go through here, click next, install next, that sort of thing. And they have new icons in here as well. And like the things like they have like rounded corners and stuff, which kind of looks cool. Um, yeah, so they made some pretty nice changes in here that look, I guess, slightly more aesthetically appealing. And then yeah, the screen went black there. That's completely normal. And then completing Oracle VM VirtualBox Editions 6.1.16 setup. Reboot now, because there's no point to reboot later. It's just better to do it now. But yeah, it may take a couple minutes to reboot, depending on depending on your machine, of course. So when it reboots, I will be right back. Okay, so the virtual machine just started back up. Had a pretty nice startup sound that I kind of like. Anyway, we'll just go in here and just do a 1 2 3 4, which my password was 1 2 3 4 on this virtual machine. I don't need it to be complex or anything like that. It's just a virtual machine. I don't need to be complex at all. Um, but yeah, we're in here now, and it's welcoming us. But when we get in, it should let us do the full screen thing. Now this is something I always wondered. That this is a quick little thing. I'm not sure if I talked about this before, but why does Windows start up and then you put in your password and then it says welcome and then it does like more starting up? That's unnecessary. Like why? But anyway, you can just come to view and do a full screen mode and then switch, and it should change. Just give it a second. It's like thinking about what it wants to do. But yeah, it's gonna change. So, it's not changing yet, but I will be right back. Okay, so we're back, and that didn't take me long. But basically, what happened was I went into the start menu and I went to settings. The second I opened settings, it did display properly, and I don't know why this is lagging. Why is it lagging so much? Like, it shouldn't be doing that. It shouldn't be lagging. It should not be doing that. But anyway, it still says that, but it's running. It's fine. Anyway, I will get my list of things that are supposed to be different in Windows 11. So apparently, like, there's like new animations and things. First off, so we'll go and check some of those out. So we'll open up the File Explorer, and yeah, they got like new logos and things like that. But apparently, one of the main things was supposed to be like the animations for things. Oh yeah, they do have the new animations and stuff. Why are my windows lagging so much? It should not be doing that. I've never had a virtual machine where it lags so much like that. But I guess it's a development build, so it doesn't matter that much, but that's just not good. It's probably better if you install it directly on a machine instead of in a virtual machine, but no, it shouldn't be lagging that much. Or if I move it to here, then yeah, the animations are pretty cool. But basically, they also changed like the logos for things like the downloads folder, the documents folder, the desktop folder, the music folder, and the pictures folder. Um, and like the videos folder and things like that. And then they have like a new way to multitask like windows and things apparently, so we will check that out as well. Let's see how that works. Oh yes, we might want to connect to the internet as well. So can we do that from here? If I go to a machine, can I do that from here? No, I think I have to close out the virtual machine and do that. That's unfortunate that I have to do so much and cut out so much. But I guess I do have to do that. Um, yeah. Oh wait, I think it has the network operations matter. It's no active network operations. Okay. Yeah, I think I do have to do that. Yeah. Okay. What if I open preferences? Network. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll be right back one more time and get our network going. Okay, everybody, we're back. Hopefully for the final time that I've had to do that today. But yeah, we get to finally go in here and check out some of the cool things about Windows 11 because I got my internet set up and network. It yeah seems to be working. Anyway, we can check some of the things in here. If it's still lagging, that's not good at all. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. That's just not good. But we're going to go into here and we're gonna check the internet. Um, and yeah, welcome to the new Microsoft Edge. It's fast, safe, predictable, but yeah, no, this thing is only good for downloading like Chrome or Firefox, whatever. Um, or I guess Brave browsers. I guess people like that now. But yeah, set up your new tab page. Inspirational, informational, focused. Inspirational. Yeah, inspiration. Yeah. Um. Oh, it tries to get me to go to here as well. Oh no, thank you. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of this. But yeah, we're going to go to google.com. And it seems the internet seems to be doing okay through a virtual machine. I expected it to be a little bit faster, but then again, we are running this in a virtual machine. But yeah, YouTube and everything. I get it looks like all of that works. And then we could go to the channel, and here we are. Um, anyway, yeah, I guess the internet works, and we can see. I don't know. I guess the internet's the internet. Does you can go to anything on there. But we're going to check out some of the new things as well that I want to check out. Um, like for example, they have like the fresh new sounds thing. Oh yes, that's something I wanted to do. That I was going to connect one of my USB drives to my PC, and then we would sort of access it through uh through the virtual machine. So I think we have to go down here and do devices, and then USB, and then okay, generic USB mass storage device. I think that's it. Oh yeah, to have like a new sound in here. Okay. Yeah, add like a new sound. Okay. Choose what happens with removable drives. Open folder C files. Yeah, there's not much in here. Like, there's like I think I have like some YouTube files and things like that. But yeah, there's not much in there. Like, yeah, it's just YouTube and things like that. There's not much on here. But there's smart things as well. So let's eject it and see what this sounds like. Yep, it had a new sound as well. So that's pretty cool. Um, in my opinion, how they have the new sounds and everything. But I removed the USB from my PC as well. And then we could check out some of the other things here. Like I really like these new icons though. Everything is like a flat sort of thing, whereas in Windows 10 it was sort of like a three-dimensional sort of thing. But like these things in here, they have like rounded corners. And I really like that because it looks like, it kind of reminds me of like um I'm not sure. Like I think the Mac has rounded corners, right? At least, yeah, I think so. I use Mac sometimes, because in my opinion, Mac is better at productivity. I think Mac has rounded corners, at least on some things. I could be wrong about that, and I could embarrass myself. But anyway, I just kind of like how everything has like the rounded corners. And apparently has like a new action center, as well. So what's that about? Let's see. Go to here because it's supposed to. Oh, it looks the same in my opinion. Oh, is this like the notification thing? Oh, okay. Anyway, So let's check out some of the other things as well. Is there anything? Oh yes, the start menu. Now this is pretty cool. The new start menu, and apparently some of the applications have changed. Oh, it comes with Pixar and Photoshop elements and things like that, and Netflix and stuff like that that no one asked for on here. And then OneDrive recently added and things like that. Let's check out all the apps though. Let's see what's new inside of them. Let's go to Paint. Yes, Paint sounds good. Um, Paint. All right, so actually, I think paint's the same. Okay, paint's the same, but we can like draw things, and yeah, like a little line right there, and yeah, yeah, paint seems pretty different. It's gonna ask me to save. Oh, they got like the new. I like these new things right there though, like the rounded corners and stuff. So you can save it. Don't save. We will not save that. But now we will check out the. I think we're gonna look at some of the new icons of things though. So. Yeah, they have like new icons like camera roll and saved, pictures and things like that, documents and downloads as well. I have nothing in there, of course, but yeah, that's pretty cool though. Apparently this new version of Windows is supposed to have widgets and things, so we'll have to check that out. What happens if I right click? Open in Windows Terminal, I think that's new. Oh, compressed zipped folder, I think that's new as well. Bitmap image, that might be new. How do we add widgets though? Like that's something I'm so curious about. That apparently they're making like a return from some of the older versions of Windows. How do I find them though? Um, I think they're right. Where are they? Oh, these like the desktop things. What about this? You Microsoft can't use this dashboard. Of course you do. Of course you do. Anyway, let's check out the store as well. Um, I'm not. That's the thing though. I didn't really come into this video having like an exact list of new things. Cause like the tutorial part of this is over. Like it's just me wanting to check out some of the new things. The store, I think the store's the same because you got like your games and stuff in here. I think yeah, I think the store is the same. Let me open up my list again and see what else is in here. I think I really you got like new ways to manage virtual desktops and things like that, like in your desktop things, like right here, you can add like new ones and stuff like that. Apparently like you can do that in new ways. That's pretty cool. As well, I really gotta figure out how to get the widgets going now. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. Let's check out some of the new things here, like the snip and sketch. I think that's there. A lot of these other things, I think those are have been there for a long time as well. Anyway, yeah, I really got to figure out how to get the widgets going. Um, yeah, I'm really curious though because they had some good widgets. I think they used to as well. Um, so I really got to figure out how to get those. So I got a thing open right here. In my other monitor, and I'm trying to figure out how to get these to work. Let me see right here. I think you need like a Microsoft account to do this right here. Oh, you do need a Microsoft account. What if we like sign in? What if we like claim to sign in? You need to activate Windows for you to personalize your PC. Sign in with Microsoft account instead. What if we do that? What if we like just go in here like create like some random like thing that's just like fake? Um, get a new email address. What if I do like that and things at Outlook.com? I just can't start with a letter. It starts with a letter now. Create a password. Can I do 1 2 3 4? It probably won't let me, so I'll just do 6 5 and 6 5. I like the information. No, in fact, it doesn't matter. Okay, 6 5 6 5. There we go. I think it's working now. Oh, okay. So you need like a symbol. So I put an at symbol right there. Okay. My first name. We already know my first name. And then my last name. I'm sure you already guessed what I was gonna put there. Next, none of this matters at all. Like just click in here, do random things. Um, let's do that right there, and we'll click next. Um, okay, create a Windows password. Wow, you really need to do so much here. Okay, next, will you let me go yet, Microsoft? Can it work yet? Because okay, create a pin. Do I really need to do this? I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this. Okay, create a pin. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, provide pins not match. Court. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, I guess wait, this one has. Oh, okay, we'll do that again then. Include our symbols. No, just do that. Provide pins not match. A pin cannot be a common number pattern. Wow, Microsoft just doesn't stop. So we'll just do 6565. And that 6565 needs nothing, but it's just a thing I just came up with. Can it go now? Okay, I think we should be good. Okay. Did it really say sign with a local account instead? Wow. You need to activate Windows Free. You can blah 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 with your PC. I think we can do that now. Oh, it really wants me to do it so bad. Okay. Oh, it had like a sound there. I think because I wasn't doing that. Okay, okay. There we go. It works now. So we can do like the widgets and things. And I'm probably just gonna delete this like account or something. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. I'm probably just gonna delete the account or something after I finish this video because I don't need any of that or anything. How do I get like these widgets to add? Or are these like just here and I can't move them? Probably that, huh? Anyway, they got some stories in here and stuff. That's pretty cool. It has like this little center though. I like that. Um, and yeah, so I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. I surely got a lot more things to go through, as well, because there's some pretty good changes in here. However, I'm going to end this video here. I really hope you all enjoyed watching. If you want a follow-up video, I guess I can do one on that. Just let me know, in the comments or something if you want me to do like a follow-up video looking at some of the other things on Windows 11. Maybe some things you want to see. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Tech Cubed, over and out.